So it's been a while now since I've been wanting to make this new flower border, and it's been even longer since I've been dreaming about it. So I'm really excited to tackle this today, and I hope that by the end of this week I'll have a new flower border here. I started by clearing the space in which I wanted to plant the new flowers and determining the lines that I wanted to use. And then I filled in a few wheelbarrows of soil and compost. And right now I'm just in the process of firming the soil in order to be able to plant the plants that I want to have there. The border itself, as you'd notice, is going to be sitting against a laurel hedge. It's supposed to be a full sun space, but thanks to the laurel hedge that we have running around the property, it's going to be part shade, part sun, which is very good for the kind of plants that I want to plant here. So I'm really happy with that. The soil is firm enough now, and I've left enough room between the hedge and the flower bed, enough room to work around when trimming the hedge. I'm going to be looking at the plants that I want to have in. I'm not quite sure yet if everything is going to go in, but I'll position them, move them around, and when I'm happy, I'll start planting. So all these plants have been in my garden at different places, at different points in time. Right now, I'm just basically gathering them wherever they were positioned and then bringing them here in the front yard. For instance, this pink Annabelle hydrangea in the container, I'll be digging it out and just planting it in the new flower bed. So I'm going to go ahead now and just position everything where I want to have it. I might move it around a couple of times, but eventually I'll plant everything and then I'll give you a proper tour. This front yard is south facing, and for most of these plants that will not be the ideal condition because we have that laurel hedge that runs around the whole property. It does provide a form of shade when the sun is up, and that makes it more suited for all of the things that I'll be planting here today. And then of course we'll have to see with time. If something is not feeling comfortable in its new position, I'll just have to move it and put it somewhere else. Now that I'm done planting, I'll be adding my bulbs in because it's fall and it's time to put the bulbs in the ground. I'll be putting some tulips, daffodils, irises, and a couple of gladiolus bulbs. I have all the plants and bulbs in now. I'm going to finish off with mulching and watering. Et voila, I couldn't be any happier. I'm really happy with how this looks. So the plants themselves, I didn't have to buy any new plants except for the pansies that you see at the bottom. I had all the plants already in my garden, and the big hydrangea that you see there, it's been struggling a little bit. I got that as a gift from my mother-in-law, and it's put on a new bloom actually. So I think it's going to do just fine. So it had a new bloom, which means that it's going to survive. But of course, all the plants here are probably preparing to go into their dormant state, and we cannot expect them to put on a show this year. So we'll have to wait next year to see exactly how each plant here performs. So as I explained before, none of this was here at the beginning of this year. I worked on putting on everything in, starting with the vegetable garden, and then the lavender hedge. I built the enclosure, the wooden enclosure that I've slightly modified, and I also recently added in this boxwood hedge that I have to trim. I still need to mulch some of that area back there. And this chestnut tree also came in just at the beginning of the season. The apple tree that you see here has always been here. I've cut it back because it wasn't looking healthy, and I'm probably going to be removing it and putting it somewhere else in the garden. So that would leave the space open to fully be able to admire the new flower border. So once the lavender hedge comes here, we're pretty much going to be done. So let's take a closer look at what we have here. So we have the pink Annabelle here. I have 2 of those, as you can see, and the tag is right there. It's going to become really big and it will probably cover up all this space here, these 2 plants. And down below I have some coral bells, and I just put in these pansies that I'm hoping are going to grow a bit bigger and put on a show this year. And then I've put in some tulips bulbs down there, some irises and daffodils, so I'm already set for spring. I hope everything will do great. So next to the Annabelle hydrangeas, I have the peonies, different varieties of heucheras. And then we have this rose here, which has also been in my garden for some time now, and it was kind of very neglected, but this year it put on a bloom and I decided that I'm going to bring it here. And then we have the hosta there, the Indian summer heuchera that you see here. I have 2 of those left and right of that endless summer hydrangea. Another pansy here, another hosta, and then I have 2 living touch of pink hydrangeas here. These I also bought at the beginning of the season and didn't really know where to put them. And I do have 2 of those left and right of this vanille fraise hydrangea, which used to be also towards the back of the garden. Right next to the living touch of pink hydrangeas, I have this limelight here. I'm not quite sure which variety of limelight that it is. So I got this at a local garden center over here, and all that was written on it was hydrangea limelight. So I'll have to wait and see what the blooms on these panicle hydrangeas look like to be able to tell what kind of hydrangea that it is. So let's wait and see on that. And I have another pansy down there. And here is the hosta that I planted also on the roadside garden, and I've decided to remove it because it was receiving way too much sun over there. And I have a heuchera next to that one, which I'll also be shifting. I think they're too close together, so I have to move this one maybe a bit over here on this side. However, here I've put in a few bulbs of gladiolus and irises, and over here we have the Rose of Sharon. So I'm really happy with the outcome of this flower border. I'm looking forward to seeing how everything will perform. I hope all the flowers do great and survive the winter so that we can get to see a beautiful display of colors and plants next season. So that was it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the video and that you got some inspiration. Let me know in the comments box what you think, and I'll see you in our next video. Bye bye.